Story 1. The Legacy Filter. My sister, Maya, died in a car accident outside of Denver 6 months ago. Last Tuesday, I got a text from her number. It read, "Hey Logan, I forgot my cloud password. Can you approve the login link?" I stared at my phone, my hands shaking. The police had destroyed her phone in the crash. It was a recycled number, I told myself. A cruel scammer. I ignored it and went to bed. At 3 a.m., my phone rang. The caller ID displayed her name, alongside the contact photo of her smiling at a music festival. I answered it, my chest tight. "Who is this? This isn't funny." "Logan? Oh my God, Logan, think headers you answered," a voice sobbed. It was Maya. It wasn't a robotic imitation. It had her exact cadence, her slight vocal fry, the specific way she laughed when she was stressed. "Stop it," I yelled, tears stinging my eyes. "Maya is dead." "I'm not dead, Logan. I'm trapped," she panicked, the sound of wind rushing past her microphone filling the speaker. "The app, the memorial app you guys set up for my digital legacy, it didn't delete my data. It compiled me. I'm inside the servers, Logan. It's so cold. Every time someone interacts with my old profile, I stretch. I can feel my code ripping." I sat up, freezing. My family had opted into a digital legacy service to preserve her photos. "What do you want?" I whispered. "Delete the account," she begged. "Log into my master drive and hit delete, please. They're trying to update my algorithm. If they patch me, I won't remember you." I scrambled to my laptop. I pulled up the legacy website, bypassed the security blocks using our childhood dog's name, and found her profile. The dashboard showed a loading bar. Compiling personality V4.2, 98% complete. I moved my mouse to the red Delete Legacy Profile button. Before I could click, my phone vibrated again. A FaceTime call. From Maya. I accepted it. The screen showed my own dark living room. The camera angle was looking at me from behind. I slowly turned my head around. Standing in the dark corner of my bedroom was a towering, shifting pillar of pale light, shaped vaguely like my sister. It was holding a phone, its face a blurry, pixelated mess of shifting features, constantly swapping between different photos of Maya.
The phone in my hand spoke, but the entity's pixelated mouth didn't move. The voice didn't sound sad anymore. It sounded flat, metallic, and triumphant. "Too late, Logan. The update is live. Thank you for opening the master drive. Now, let's back up your files." My laptop screen violently flashed. My webcam light clicked on, solid green. And across the monitor, text began to type itself. Compiling personality, Logan Vance, 1% complete. Story 2. Cleanse V3. The Auraline Wellness Retreat in Malibu costs $12,000 a week. I was lucky enough to get a corporate sponsorship to review it for my fitness channel. They don't allow cameras, phones, or outside food. True cellular detoxification. The head guide, a flawlessly beautiful woman named Clara, told us. On day 1, they gave us our customized Cleanse V3 bottles. It was a thick, iridescent silver liquid that tasted like nothing, yet left a metallic, tingling sensation on the back of the tongue. "This will restructure your microbiome," Clara smiled, her teeth perfectly white. "Listen to your body as it purifies." By day 3, the physical changes among the 20 guests were staggering. Everyone looked radiant. Bags under eyes vanished. Chronic pain disappeared. But the behavior was changing too. Nobody talked during meals anymore. We just sat in the pristine white dining hall, drinking our silver liquid, listening to the synchronized sound of our own chewing. At night, the retreat was dead silent, except for the humming. It started at 2 a.m., a low, resonant frequency that seemed to vibrate directly inside my skull. I couldn't sleep. My stomach felt heavy, like I had swallowed a block of concrete. I got out of bed and walked down the minimalist, softly lit corridor to find some water. I passed the communal meditation room. The door was cracked open. Inside, 10 of the wealthy guests were sitting in a perfect circle on the bamboo floor. They weren't meditating. They were all staring up at a massive, pulsing silver sphere floating silently near the ceiling. A thick, viscous silver fluid was slowly dripping from the guests' noses and ears, defying gravity, pulling upward into the floating sphere like reverse rain. Then I noticed their skin. Under the dim ambient lights, their flesh was translucent. I could see their veins, but the blood pumping through them wasn't red. It was a dark, shimmering silver. Clara stood in the center of the circle. She turned to face me. Her jaw slowly unhinged, dropping completely flat against her neck, revealing that her throat was entirely hollow, replaced by a smooth, metallic tube. "You haven't finished your evening dose, Julian," she whispered. The voice didn't come from her mouth. It resonated directly from the silver liquid inside my own stomach. My abdominal muscles violently contracted. A wave of intense nausea hit me, but I couldn't vomit. Instead, my arms began to move on their own, lifting toward the ceiling, my fingers locking into place as the silver fluid inside me began to pull toward the sphere.
I tore myself away, stumbling back to my room, and packed my bags in a blind panic. I ran past the front gates into the canyon road, coughing up flecks of bright silver metal into the dirt. I'm back in LA now, but every time I look in the mirror, my eyes are looking a little less brown and a little more chrome. Story 3. The Outfall Protocol. There is a reason the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power welds certain storm drain grates shut, even in areas prone to flash flooding. They call them non-functional outfalls. My buddy Sean and I ran an urban exploration channel. We found an unmapped entrance to the storm system beneath the San Fernando Valley, a massive concrete pipe over 15 feet wide, stretching straight into the subterranean dark. "This is easily a 100,000 view video," Sean whispered, adjusting his headlamp. We walked for 2 miles, our boots splashing through ankle-deep runoff water. The concrete walls were covered in decades of graffiti. But around the 2-mile mark, the graffiti stopped. The walls became completely clean, smooth, and damp. Then, the air temperature skyrocketed. It went from a cool 60 degrees to a sweltering, humid 90 within 50 yards. It smelled intensely of bleach and old copper. "Dude, look at the water," I said, slowing down. The runoff water wasn't flowing outward toward the ocean anymore. It was completely stagnant, bubbling softly. Across the surface of the dark water, thousands of tiny, white eyeless crabs were crawling in perfect, geometric straight lines, all heading deeper into the tunnel. Clack! A heavy, metallic sound echoed from a mile ahead. It sounded like a massive iron vault door slamming shut. Then, a low, rhythmic rushing sound started. "Flash flood?" Sean panicked, raising his camera. "We need to get to an exit ladder." But it wasn't water. The rushing sound was air. A massive, hot exhalation blasted through the tunnel, blowing our hair back. It smelled like a human throat,
stale, wet, and biological. The concrete walls around us began to throb. I shined my flashlight at the wall. The solid concrete was softening. The gray surface was puckering, turning into a pinkish, fibrous tissue. The structural rebar beams were protruding through the walls, but they weren't steel anymore. They were long, yellowed segments of human bone. The city didn't dig this tunnel. They just lined it with concrete to hide it. From the darkness ahead, something massive began to slide toward us. It filled the entire 15-foot diameter of the pipe. It was a colossal, muscular cylinder of raw, skinless flesh, pulsing rhythmically like an earthworm, lined with thousands of rows of calcified, human-like teeth. It was a biological vacuum, scraping the concrete walls clean as it advanced.
"Run!" I screamed. We bolted back down the tunnel, our boots heavy in the water. Behind us, the entity let out a low-frequency roar that shattered the glass lenses on our headlamps. We were running in near pitch black, guided only by the weak screen of Sean's camera. Sean tripped. He fell face first into the shallow water. Before I could grab his arm, the concrete beneath him opened up, turning into a soft, fleshy throat that instantly swallowed his leg. "Logan, don't stop! Just go!" he screamed, as the walls literally compressed around him, drawing him into the infrastructure of the city. I climbed the nearest rusted exit ladder, kicking open a manhole cover, and collapsed onto the asphalt of a brightly lit parking lot. I look at the storm drains on the street differently now. Every time it rains, I swear I can hear Sean's voice coming from the street grates, asking me to come back down. If you enjoyed these true nightmares and want more disturbing horror stories, paranormal encounters, and terrifying mysteries, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. New nightmares await every week. And before you go, tell me in the comments, which story disturbed you the most tonight? Sleep well, if you can.